Kofi's ghost led us through the winding corridors of the prison, avoiding guards and traps with ease. We finally reached a hidden door, which Kofi's ghost pushed open with a spectral hand. Beyond the door lay a narrow tunnel, stretching into darkness. Kofi's ghost beckoned us to follow him, and we did, our hearts pounding with anticipation. The guards burst into the room, catching us in the act. And that's when everything went black. I came to, groggily opening my eyes to find myself in a dark, damp cell. Alma was sitting next to me, her eyes wide with fear. "What happened?" I whispered, trying to remember. "The guards caught us," Alma said, her voice barely audible. "They must have taken us to Mr. Owusu's private prison." I struggled to sit up, but a wave of dizziness washed over me. Alma caught my arm, holding me steady. "We have to get out of here," I said, trying to think clearly. Alma nodded. "But how? The guards will be watching us closely." Just then, I heard the sound of footsteps outside our cell. The door creaked open, and Mr. Owusu himself stood in the entrance. "Welcome, my friends," he sneered, his eyes glinting with malice. "I see you're enjoying my hospitality." Alma and I exchanged a defiant glance. We weren't going to back down. "What do you want from us?" I demanded. Mr. Owusu chuckled. "Oh, I think you know. You see, I've been watching you too. And I know all about your little investigation." He took a step closer, his eyes glinting with menace. "You're quite clever, I'll give you that. But you'll never take me down. I have too much power, too many connections." Alma stood up, her eyes flashing with anger. "We'll see about that," she said, her voice steady. And with that, she launched herself at her father, Mr. Owusu, determined to take him down. Alma's bravery was inspiring, but I knew we had to be smart if we were going to take down Mr. Owusu. I grabbed her arm, holding her back. "Wait," I whispered. "We need a plan." Alma's eyes flashed with frustration, but she nodded. We both knew that rushing in without a plan would be suicidal. Mr. Owusu sneered at us, clearly enjoying our predicament. "You think you can take me down?" he laughed. "I have the entire village in my pocket. No one will dare to cross me." I smiled, a plan forming in my mind. "We'll see about that," I said, my voice steady. I turned to Alma and whispered, "We need to get out of here and gather evidence. We need to prove that Mr. Owusu is behind the human trafficking ring." Alma nodded, her eyes sparkling with determination. "I know just the person to help us," she said. Mr. Owusu's eyes narrowed, clearly suspicious. "What are you two planning?" he growled. I smiled, trying to appear confident. "We're just discussing our surrender," I said, trying to sound convincing. Mr. Owusu's face relaxed, clearly believing me. "Good choice," he said, turning to leave. "I'll have my guards take you to a more comfortable cell." As soon as he left, Alma and I exchanged a look. We knew we had to act fast. "We need to get out of here now," Alma whispered. I nodded, my heart racing with excitement. We were about to make our escape. But as we made our move, I realized that we were not alone. There was someone else in the cell with us, someone who had been quietly watching us the entire time. And that someone was Kofi's ghost. Kofi's ghost floated in front of us, his eyes fixed on us with a mournful expression. I felt a shiver run down my spine as he began to speak. "I've been waiting for you," he whispered, his voice barely audible. "I knew you'd come to uncover the truth." Alma and I exchanged a stunned glance. We had so many questions, but Kofi's ghost didn't give us time to ask. "Follow me," he whispered, floating towards the cell door. We hesitated for a moment, but something about Kofi's ghostly presence reassured us. We followed him, our hearts pounding with excitement and fear. Kofi's ghost led us through the winding corridors of the prison, avoiding guards and traps with ease. We finally reached a hidden door, which Kofi's ghost pushed open with a spectral hand. Beyond the door lay a narrow tunnel, stretching into darkness. Kofi's ghost beckoned us to follow him, and we did, our hearts pounding with anticipation. As we emerged from the tunnel, we found ourselves in a hidden courtyard, surrounded by high walls. And in the center of the courtyard stood a small, unassuming building. Kofi's ghost floated towards the building, his eyes fixed on it with a determined expression. "This is where the evidence is hidden," he whispered. "But be warned, Mr. Owusu's men are guarding it. You'll need to be careful." Amma and I exchanged a resolute glance. We were ready to face whatever dangers lay ahead. With Kofi's ghost leading the way, we crept towards the building, our hearts pounding with excitement and fear. But as we reached the door, we were confronted by a figure we hadn't expected to see. It was Akua, Amma's friend. But her eyes were cold and hard, and a sly smile spread across her face. "Welcome, Amma," she said, her voice dripping with malice. "I've been waiting for you." Amma's eyes widened in shock. "Akua, what's going on?" she demanded. Akua's smile grew wider. "I'm afraid I've been playing both sides all along," she said. "And now, it's time for me to collect my reward." Amma's face fell, her eyes filled with shock and betrayal. "Akua, how could you?" she whispered. Akua shrugged, her expression unrepentant. "I did what I had to do to survive," she said. "And now, I'm going to get what's mine." I stepped forward, my heart pounding with anger. "You're not going to get away with this," I said, trying to sound braver than I felt. Akua laughed, a cold, mirthless sound. "Oh, I think I will," she said, pulling out a phone from her pocket. "You see, I've been working with Mr. Owusu all along. And now, I'm going to call him and tell him that you two are here." Amma and I exchanged a desperate glance. We knew we had to act fast. But before we could do anything, Kofi's ghost intervened. He floated forward, his eyes blazing with anger. "Akua, you traitor," he whispered, his voice like a cold wind. "You'll pay for what you've done." Akua's eyes widened in fear as Kofi's ghost began to glow with a soft, white light. The light grew brighter and brighter, until Akua was forced to shield her eyes. And in that moment, Amma and I made our move. We slipped past Akua and into the building, determined to find the evidence we needed to bring down Mr. Owusu. But as we searched the building, we realized that we were not alone. Mr. Owusu's men were closing in on us, and we knew we had to act fast if we were going to survive. Amma and I frantically searched the building, our hearts pounding with fear. We knew we had to find the evidence before Mr. Owusu's men caught up with us. Just as we were about to give up, I spotted a small room hidden behind a secret panel. I pushed the panel open, and we slipped inside. The room was small, with a single desk in the center. On the desk lay a folder, marked Confidential. Amma grabbed the folder, and we began to flip through its contents. As we read, our eyes widened in horror. The folder contained documents detailing Mr. Owusu's human trafficking operation, including names, dates, and locations. We knew we had to get this evidence to the authorities, and fast. We made our way back to the entrance of the building, where Kofi's ghost was waiting for us. "Thank you," he whispered, his eyes shining with gratitude. "You've done it. You've brought justice to our village." As we emerged from the building, we were met with a surprise. The villagers, led by the elder, had gathered outside, armed with torches and determination. "We've had enough of Mr. Owusu's tyranny," the elder declared. "It's time for him to face justice." Together, we marched to Mr. Owusu's mansion, where we found him and his accomplices waiting for us. But this time, they were no match for us. The authorities were called, and Mr. Owusu and his accomplices were arrested and charged with human trafficking. As the village celebrated its newfound freedom, Amma and I stood together, holding hands. We had done it. We had brought justice to our village. And as we looked up at the stars, we knew that Kofi's spirit was finally at peace.